Hello, welcome to my channel. To start off this tutorial, you will need your fabric, your plates, your lining, your interfacing, and your zipper. I am using thick wooden for my interfacing. Now place your plate on your fabric and take the circumference and cut it out. Now I cut out 2 interface for the back and the front, and also I cut out my fabrics. As you can see, I cut out 3. Now I also cut out my lining piece, and I would also be using this black lining also. Now place your tape on your plate so as to guide you on where to start taking your measurements. Take the circumference of your plate. The circumference of mine is 34 inch. Now also take your zipper measurements. My zipper is 13. Now next thing to do is minus 13 from 34. That is the circumference of your plate minus your zipper. Now I took that right there as my length, and the width I am using is going to be 4 inch. And this measurement I am taking is for the sides of my circle bag. Now next thing you need to put in mind is you need seam allowances for the side, for the underneath, for the up. Now what you will do is to add 1 inch and also 1 inch right there. And the next thing to do is to cut it out. Now to take the zipper pattern, remember the measurement is 13 inch. Now take that on your pattern. I just took 13 inch on my pattern, and I'm just connecting the lines. Now remember we used 4 inch for the sides. Now we're going to divide the zip part into 2 because we're going to have 2 pieces. Now instead of marking 4 inch for the width, I would be using 2 inch for my width. Now I just connect the lines. Now also remember you would need seam allowances. Seam allowances at the top, the side, and the upper parts. Now I would add 1 inch seam at the up and also 1 inch at the sides, which means you're going to be joining the sides by half, the upper side by half, and the sides by half. That is the reason why I add 1 inch for seam allowance. Now next thing to do is to cut out. Now just go on and cut another of this because you need 2 pieces. Now this is going to be for the D-ring. I am using 3 inch for the width and also 3 inch for the length. This is going to be the D-ring part, that is the handle part. You're going to need 2 of this. Now just go on and cut everything on your fabric and also on your lining and also on your interfacing. Now get an old bag you're not using anymore and cut out the handle piece. That is the part holding the D-rings. Now I just use my scissors and cut that out. I would use this handle for the bag. Now go on and iron your interfacing on your fabrics. Now another thing I do is I would go on my sewing machine and sew at the very edge of my fabric, and I will do the same for every one of them. I would sew at the very edge, thereby joining my interfacing to my fabric. Now on your zipper, place your zipper fabric like that and sew all the way by 1/2 inch. Now once you're done doing that, also place your lining at the other side like this and sew by 1/2 inch. Now once you're done doing that, you should be looking like this, and also make sure you trim off every excess you have. Now next thing you will need to do is make a top stitch and also give it a nice press with your iron. Now also go in and lay the other zipper parts like this and join it just like you did for the other one, and place your lining on the other side and sew and join everything by 1/2 inch. Now once you're done doing that and once you're done top stitching, you should have it looking like this. Now place the sides on top of it. Now what we're trying to do is to make sure everything is the same. Now as you can see, I am just trimming off everything that needs to be trimmed off. Now get the fabric for the D-rings and fold like this, and fold again like this, and fold again. Now we're going to sew all the way to the top, and you're going to do the same for this other piece. Now get your lining, your side lining, place your zipper on it, then place your D-ring fabric, then lay your sides again on top of it. Now we're going to sew all of them by 1/2 inch like this. Now once you're done doing that, on the other side, place your lining also again, place your zipper, your D-ring fabric, and also the sides, and sew by 1/2 inch. Now once you're done, you should have it looking like this. Trim off all the excess. Now turn it out. Now next thing you might do is go on and give it a top stitch right there at the corner of your zipper. Now I would use this lining to cover up my interface, and I would sew it and join it together, and just like that. Now get your outer pocket fabric piece and fold in about 3 inch. Now next thing I will do is to cut this out on that fold. Now get your smaller zipper. I am going to be using the small zip, which is about 8 inch in length. Now place your fabric like this and sew, and place the other fabric like this and sew. Now next thing you want to do is get your lining piece and fold in about 3 inch also, just like we did for the fabric, and also cut it out. Now next thing you will do is to place it like this and sew, and also place the other side like this and sew. This way we will be lining the pocket piece. Now once you're done, you should have it looking like this. Now place it on your circle, and also you're going to join it all around it at the very edge. Now once you're done doing that, you should have a very nice looking pocket. Now next thing you will do is to make sure the zipper of your pocket align with the zipper of your sides. You have to make sure it aligns, and the next thing we will do is to join the sides to the circle by 1/2 inch, all around it by 1/2 inch. Now once we are done, I am done joining. Now next thing you need to do is to cut off the excess and open up your zipper. At this point you want to make sure your zipper is open. Now place the other circle piece and join the upper sides by 1/2 inch also. Now once you're done, you should have it looking like this. We are almost done. Now squeeze in this part like this. Place your lining piece like this, and what we're going to do is sew all around it, but we're going to leave a little bit to turn it out. Now once we're done sewing, remember to cut off any excess you have. Now next thing we will do is to turn out our bag. The reason why we are doing this is so you would have a neat finishing on the inside of your bag. Now once you're done turning this out, you should get your needle and thread and start sewing this in such a way that your thread will not show. We're going to sew these by hand. Now once you're done doing that, you should have it looking, you should have something like this. Now remember to make sure your zipper is open. Now squeeze in again and place your lining piece and sew, and remember to leave in little space for turnout. Now again, cut off any excess you have and start turning out your bag. Once you're done turning it out, you should have it looking neat on the inside. Now you can see you have no rough seams. Also remember to use your hand needle to tack this in very neatly. Now once you're done doing that, just turn out your bag inside out. And yeah, we are almost done. The hard parts are over, and as you can see, the bag is beginning to look more like it. You can do this for a gift to someone. You can do this just to see if you can actually make it, if you can actually DIY it, and you can see how beautiful the inside is looking. Now get you a plier or 2 pliers and try and open up the D-rings and insert your D-ring handle. Once you're done doing that, you would also do the same for the other side, and we are officially done. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. See you next time.